It's me, I'm Mario. Hey everyone, to our spoiler chat for Super Mario Odyssey. Spoilers. We're going to talk about all the cool secrets and shit like that in this game. And by all, I mean what we found, because it's impossible to look at all of it with still living a regular life. Mm-hmm. So,
which I saw all of it because I don't have a regular life.
I know. There's so many surprises and things that will delight you that I wanted us to do a spoiler chat instead of a regular chat about it because I thought they were so amazing. And I loved those moments of discovering them for the first time, not knowing they were going to be there, and just the joy that brought me. So I didn't want to spoil that for other people. So if you haven't beat and played some of the end game of this, I'd recommend you turn this off right now.
Yeah, like if you don't know that Bowser's the final boss, you've never played a Mario game before and should probably do that.
Oh my god, we've talked about this. Super Mario RPG. Smithy is the final
Not
boss.
Not a mainline Mario game.
I'm going to mainline this heroin right into my veins.
Well, I don't know where to begin. There's so much to talk about with Super Mario Odyssey.
Let's begin top level. What are your thoughts on the
level?
Game? Yep.
I mean, it's the best Mario game,
yeah,
I think.
It's absolutely the best Mario game I've played.
I have, like, the only gripes I have are really minor.
I'm going to caveat that maybe. Yeah. I don't know if it's the best Mario game I played. It is absolutely, without a doubt, the best 3D Mario game I played.
Yeah. What's the best 2D one then? Super Mario World?
I don't know. I don't know how this stacks up yet against Mario World and Mario Bros. 3.
I also think that and Super Mario Bros. U.
I haven't played it.
I haven't played it either. So. I just wanted to say that because it's probably the least interesting Super Mario Bros. Game ever.
You're an idiot.
I am a total idiot.
But it is absolutely the best 3D Mario. Without
I don't think you can really contend that. Yeah, and I think that it's such a well thought out game in terms of the layout of all the worlds, how your hat mechanic ties into it. The hat mechanic is awesome. I think, like, I wasn't concerned about this, but I kind of heard some concerns like, oh, this is gonna be like Flood. No one likes Flood from Super Mario Sunshine, like the little water pack you would have, and he's so much better than Flood. He offers way more to the game than any other. I think like MacGuffin is contributed in a Mario game before.
Yep,
fun stuff. I'm in love with it. It was so much fun just to comb through every world and find every little secret. There's just stuff hidden absolutely everywhere.
Everywhere in all of these worlds. And what I love is that every one of them is unique.
Every moon?
Well, I mean, there are a couple that repeat them, like find a spot on the ground and ground pound it. But there are so many of them that are so unique.
But even then, there are so many spots that you can ground pound that are just coins. That when you find the moon one, it's like, it's a moon. Like, you kind of get excited about it. And there's, like, the Koopa races, which are, like, not the same exact thing every single time, but you do, like, a Koopa race in at least, I think, 5 of the worlds. But that didn't feel, like, repetitive, because you only do that 5 times. That's not really that many times, considering, like, there's 800 moons.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's 999 moons that you can possibly get. How many do you have?
842.
Holy shit. I'm at, I think, 392.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've unlocked the first secret world, which is at 250. Mm-hmm. The second secret world opens up at 500.
Yeah, I beat that one. That one's
You beat
ridiculous.
That one?
Yeah, I beat that one.
I watched a video of it because I was like, oh man, I just beat the first secret world, which was the rabbit bosses. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I was like, I wonder what the next one is. 500 moons. It's a while ago, and then I just heard that it was going to be like just
brutal.
A really hard level.
It's
I was
brutal.
like, oh, it's a really hard level. I'm not gonna fucking get through this. I'm just gonna watch someone play it. And I was like, whoa! Every single gameplay mechanic in the whole game brought up to 100.
Yeah, it was. Even the Sphinx is harder. Like, I never had a. So there's like the Sphinx that the Sphinx you find in all the worlds. You ask questions. There's a point in they call it the darker side of the moon.
The darker side of the moon, yeah.
Where you talk to the Sphinx and he has the riddles for you, and they're so much more subjective. And like opinion based. It's like what is going to be your favorite part of your journey so far? And it's like your mustache talking to a Sphinx, like the world travels, all this stuff. And I'm like, talking to a Sphinx? And he's like, oh, that can't possibly be true. Why you flatter me so much? Like, it's just more subjective, and they're hard. Like, because I was failing so much in the darker side, because it's just really freaking hard. Yeah. I got a chance to finally guess it enough times that I made it through it. And you get like an absurd amount of coins for doing that. Yeah. Because it's not common to beat that. But Darker Side's worth it. I actually had a lot of fun with Darker Side.
I mean, I'll get to that 500 eventually. I don't think it's anything I'm gonna shoot up to real quick. What's your favorite world so far? I mean, by so far, I mean you've.
I've seen all of them. Yeah. Honestly, it's hard because there's some really good worlds in there.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take. I know this is so like this has been like the generic answer for everyone, but the Metro Kingdom is. Awesome.
I think I was gonna say that too.
It's so good. It's so much fun to do that.
Either
world.
for me, Metro Kingdom, or I really fucking like Peach's Castle.
Yeah, Peach's Castle.
Mushroom Kingdom. Yeah,
Mushroom Kingdom. Yeah. That was fan. That was such like a nostalgia. Like, oh my god, this is just like N64.
Yep.
Like it was. And there's even in Super Mario 64 when you're in the main lobby of the castle and you look up at the light.
Yep. And that's how you first get to the flying cap level.
Yep.
There's
like, a moon.
I know, right? I was like, oh man, I remember this from the first game. I wonder if this still works. And I looked up at it and I was like, oh no, it didn't work. And then I was like, huh, that's weird. And then I looked up, I went to the parrot, and the parrot's like, up high in the sky in the light. And I was like, wait a minute, that's exactly what it just did. I didn't know that entire game that first person mode was a thing.
Yeah.
And you have to look at it in first person view. And I was like, what? And finally I Googled it and I was like, yeah, switch to first person. I was like, oh, that's a thing. And sure enough, I was like, that nostalgia.
Yeah, there's also tons of moons in the Mushroom Kingdom. Like it doesn't seem that big, and there's just constantly things they're finding and discovering in that world, which kind of plays off that whole like there's always things around the corner.
Yep.
To find. Were there any kingdoms at all that you're kind of like let down by? Anyway, because there's some smaller ones. They never felt.
I mean,
bad.
they were definitely like the Cloud Kingdom. Obviously,
that's the weakest. I would
tiny.
say.
I mean, it's because there's like
it's
5
a cloud.
platforms, and yeah.
But there's also only like what there was 3 moons in the whole thing.
Yeah.
There's more. I think there's like 10. I think overall, but that's
one thing that. I mean, I haven't actually come back to it in the post game yet, but the kingdom where you fight the dragon.
Yeah.
The first time that I saw when we got to that kingdom, I was like, "Whoa, this fucking looks like something out of Dark Souls."
Yep.
Like,
exactly.
what the hell am I getting into right now? And then you're fighting a dragon in a Mario game. Like, of course, we had the T-Rex in the very beginning, but you're fighting a fucking dragon.
It was so surprising because like I'm the kind of person who like when there's stuff online that's like leaking about a game, I'm like, oh, I can't tempt it and I can't beat the temptation, and I just go ahead and look at it.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that part. So I'm playing Mario and all of a sudden Bowser's standing on top of a dragon. And I'm like, what? Like my head just like exploded. And then you're fighting. That was one of the coolest boss battles in the game.
It was so cool.
And so there's also the harder version of the boss you could fight in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yes.
Did you fight that one?
I did.
That was really hard.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
In the post game, there have been a few times when I have used my optional physical DLC of the Super Mario amiibo to grant myself star power. And as far as I can tell, that's the only way to get star power in the game is through the amiibo.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
So that is one of the places where I was like, boop, tap that little thing on the thumbstick. And in fact, that's how I got through.
Cheater.
Yeah, you know what? I figured I want to see as much of this game as I can.
Yeah.
So
I'm not really mad. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you, Chad. I'm not mad.
I have no guilt about it either.
You shouldn't have any guilt about it.
I spent $13 on that amiibo. Yep, I'm gonna get that DLC out of it. I also bought a Bowser amiibo just to find purple coins.
Oh my god, there were some that are so well hidden in that game.
Yeah.
I managed to get most of the purple coins in all the levels though.
I haven't tried yet. That's not something that I've actively been seeking out unless I'm like, oh, I'm 3 away. I was like, fuck.
Even when you actively seek them out, they are hard to find. There was I was in the Metro Kingdom and there were two I couldn't find.
Yeah.
And I just was doing one like I was doing a post game thing to get the moons where you had to get the seeds up to like one of the buildings, like up in the buildings, and I stumbled upon them, and they were just like on the side, hanging off.
Yeah, behind a billboard or something like that. Yeah,
and I'm like, geez, man, that was ridiculously well hidden. Like I just stumbled upon it. Like ultimately, I found it, but there was no way I would have found that seeking it out intentionally.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love Metro City because it is so. First of all, I went into it after seeing the trailer, the original announcement trailer for it, be like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. All these people, and he's in a real city. That's weird. But it is filled with such life, and it is so vertical as well, which is a super cool thing, going up these buildings. And I love that around every corner is like a cool, like you can drive an RC car. There's a little jump rope double dutch challenge.
which was hard. I got the first moon. I've not gotten the last moon.
I got
100.
the 30, and then I saw somebody nearby. Oh man, I'll never get 100. I was like, oh fuck, I'm not even gonna try for 100 right now.
Yeah, I think I got to like 50 or something like that, and I stopped. I couldn't get past that.
Yeah.
It gets so hard. You can also drive the scooter around.
Yep, the scooter.
The scooter is so much fun. I think the Metro Kingdom is so good though because it really demonstrates Cappy's abilities very well in terms of like things you can capture, but more importantly, how traversal is affected by having Cappy, like throwing your cap out, jumping on it, and going to the next building over. Yep. And also you can kind of like build like a jumping combo almost of like kind of tying together different moves to get even farther and jump even farther. And just the Metro Kingdom really lets you go wild with that stuff.
Yep. And the very first moment, the first time I ever felt like, holy shit, this game is incredible and it's something special, was the end of that world.
Yes.
After you assemble the band and you go through that like crazy 2D level with the music playing, and first of all the 2D stuff in already is amazing, but that one was it was like, wow, I can't believe I'm playing this right now. This is fucking incredible.
Yeah. What's funny is like that. So like, little known fact about me, I hate songs with lyrics. That's just not my thing. Yeah. I think you make fun of me a lot for that.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. This song has words in it, and it doesn't say the same word over and over.
I was singing along to that song, the "Here We Go," like that whole thing. Like I was singing a lot of that, and like I've gone back to play that last part of the Metro Kingdom over and over again because I just get so much joy. Like,
yep,
it's that part is one of the easiest parts of the whole game. Like, it's not challenging.
No, not at all.
But you just can't help but feel so happy and excited. And then once you get past it, you're on top of the building with Paulina and her whole band playing. And if you just kind of stand still with the band, Mario just starts dancing. And I just stood there and just watched that for a little while. I was like, this is great. This is magical.
Yep. This game is the perfect blend of... First of all, it's a perfect blend of new mechanics and new stuff.
Yeah.
And nostalgia for all of the other Mario games.
Oh, absolutely.
And
there's so many callbacks.
Yes, to everything. The first time I found in Metro City was the first time I saw this, a little blank painting on the wall.
Yeah.
I was like, what? There's a painting? Like in Mario 64? What does this do? And then after it stops raining and you beat that giant caterpillar boss thing, you can actually jump into another world through that painting. I was like, fuck, that's it. That's the callback I needed to Mario 64. You're going between worlds with these. That was amazing. Mm-hmm. And then you get to Peach's castle, and you go into these rooms, and you hear the dun 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 dun, and there's the giant bosses in those paintings, and you're like, "Fuck, they nailed it."
There was one too where you jump in the painting and it goes pickle, just like it does in Mario 64. Are they really saying pickle? Is that what they're saying?
No, not at all.
But it sounds like they're saying pickle. You know what I'm talking about, right?
If you're a crazy person.
Okay, it sounds like they're saying that to me.
I also love that scattered around the whole world, there's like the little cat Peach and the little cat Mario.
Yep.
Like in the buildings, you can just hit them and they'll give you a heart or give you some coins.
Yep. The little touches absolutely everywhere in that game. But the 2D parts really surprised me. Because it was funny, I think when Super Mario Maker came out, people were kind of like, okay, well, there's not much else they can really do with 2D stuff anymore. This was the most innovative 2D Mario experience I've ever played as well.
Yeah.
Like, there was crazy things where it's like they combined Galaxy and 2D Mario, and you have these things where, like, you're walking around, like, a circle.
Yep.
And it's hard to explain, but, like, you have these, like, backdrops that are rotating with you. And if you get off of the backdrop, then you turn into 3D Mario again, and you'll fall to your death.
I forgot what kingdom that was in. But that one was I've only played one of those, but it was fucking great. The backdrop's moving, and you have to stay with it as you're platforming, and then it flips the gravity on you. You're like, what? Mm-hmm. And then there's centers of gravity around these rotating round platforms, and you're like, oh my god, it just ratchets.
That was the Moon Kingdom. That was the Moon Kingdom.
Was that what that was?
Yeah, I think it's the Moon Kingdom. Yeah, that was so great. I think the best 2D Mario moment though. So in Bowser's Kingdom, which we'll talk about that because that was an awesome place. In Bowser's Kingdom, did you get the samurai outfit?
No, I bought the hat, but I didn't have enough money at the time to get the body part of it.
This is a spoiler chat. Is it okay if I say this for you? Because this is a great moment. Okay, so when you get the samurai outfit, the special room. So if you get certain outfits in the game, you can go to a special room. In this one, you go to a special room, and the 2D Mario level's on a scroll. And when you get to the end of the scroll, it collapses and then reopens again, and it's a new like segment of that level.
Yeah.
And it's so cool when you get there. Like, I absolutely love that part.
I can't freaking wait.
I think that was probably one of my favorite parts of the whole game was that moment. It was just totally surprising, and it just, again, like, huge smirk in your face. Like, just like, oh, this is magical. This is great.
Yep. Let's talk about the end of the game.
Which part? Which one?
First of all, fighting Bowser was great, as you would expect it to be. But then when you take control of Bowser,
yes,
and you're fucking clawing through all of this shit, you do the 2D Bowser moments as well.
Yep.
Where this game nailed it on every single level. Every single level.
What part I loved about the ending too, and I literally burst out laughing. This was so funny. Is after you get out of the collapsing area with Bowser, and you're back on the moon's surface again. Bowser runs up to Peach with flowers. He's like, please, like, marry me. And then Mario comes over with his flowers. And they're both, like, fighting over Peach. And Peach is like, nah, not with any of you guys. Just, like, pushes them out of the way and, like, continues walking. I burst out laughing. That was so funny.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
What were some other moments for you in the game that, like, surprised you or...
So there's a part in the Metro Kingdom where you go into a movie theater. Yeah. Have you seen this?
I don't think so. I don't think I've been in the movie theater yet.
You go into a movie theater and they're watching Super Mario Bros. Like the first original game. But there's a pipe, and you go in the pipe, and it's another 2D mode, and you play the first level of Mario Brothers, like the Super Mario Brothers, as if like, but you're still in the theater and seeing it as if like you're an audience member in that.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Oh geez, I mean, like there's so much stuff. I think honestly the surprising thing is just like realizing how you can almost break the game, but by design. Like they kind of design it for you to kind of break the game almost. There's this point in the Woodland Kingdom where you're doing one of the Koopa races, and there's the regular one, and there's like a master race you could do after the post game.
Yeah.
Which the post game in and of itself was surprising. And the guy kept destroying me by like 10 seconds. And I'm like, I can't think how to possibly do this faster. The end of the race is you become one of those like seed things that can grow up taller.
Yeah.
And you go through like the little maze that's built in the wall. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Like you go through that. I'm like, how can you do that any faster? I have no idea how you can do that any faster than how I just did it. You don't go through it at all. You do like a long jump, throw your hat, dive into the hat, bounce off of it, do another long diving jump, and then you just get to bypass that whole seed area altogether. But it is hard to nail.
Yeah.
But like it's like, oh, you could just break the game and just skip over so much of this stuff. And there's just small moments like that.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit that like people are like, oh, this game is too easy, but it starts out easy and accessible. You can get through the game and enjoy it, and it's a fantastic Mario game on its own. And then you get to the post game where the next 80% of the game is, and some of it gets more difficult, some of it gets extremely difficult, and then some of it is like mind-breakingly impossible.
Yeah, there are still some level. Actually, I think I've done all the 3D platforming at this point.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything 3D platforming I need to do anymore. That stuff is, some of the post game 3D platforming is hands down some of the hardest Mario I've ever played.
Yeah.
Hands down. What of the post game have you found?
So I started with I got to the end of the game, and then I thought I had to get all the moons to reach 250 from Peach's castle.
Oh,
so I got almost everything from Mushroom Kingdom before I left there, and then I'm working my way through each kingdom as I go. Aside from the dark side of the moon, I beat that too. And right now,
you beat Dark Side of the Moon?
Yes. And
that's hard.
By quote unquote beat, I mean I did a lot
battle?
of the challenges.
Okay.
I did the brutal battle. Yeah, I got all the way to the top of that.
Yeah, that
I had
was
to
hard.
use my Mario figurine on that, my amiibo on that one a little bit too.
I just got 6 hearts and then went back again because I'm like, I can't do this at 3 hearts. There's no way.
So right now I'm in the middle of which kingdom? Right before New Donk City, the Metro City Kingdom.
The Lost Kingdom.
Yes,
Lost Lost Kingdom.
I'm in the Lost Kingdom right now, on working my way back through them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! I don't know how. I know exactly how I missed this because I'm too good at the game. But the first time going through the second world, I don't remember the name of it.
Second world is
forest,
the Sand Kingdom.
Sorry, the third one, the forest.
Yeah.
With the little stretchy seed guys.
Yep.
I just went back there for like something. I don't remember what it was. A couple of things recently, and I fell off the world. I was like, well, fuck. And then I fell into the
deep woods?
The deep woods, and I was like,
yep.
What?
Yeah.
How did I not fucking know this was here? And there's another Tyrannosaurus Rex in there as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I thought that was only going to be like one tiny thing in the first level.
Mm-hmm.
That was so like little moments like that surprise you, that falling off the world into the abyss brings you to this little tiny secret level.
Any point in the map too.
I don't feel like it's at any point, because I feel like I've fallen off that world a few times. There might be a couple of places where like I happen to fall in a negative space, but yeah, that was so freaking surprising to me.
What I love about the T-Rex as well is he has a hat on, so you can't just possess him. Or, sorry, capture him. You're not possessing, according to Nintendo. You're capturing them. Do you know how to get the hat off of the dinosaur?
You can just hit him again with your hat, right?
You can do that, I guess, but you can also, there's the little robots with the seeds, and if you're carrying the seed, you can just chuck the seed at the dinosaur and it knocks him out. And it just takes his hat off.
Oh, I think I just threw my hat at him once and knocked off the hat, and then threw it at it again. And
I was running away from him because I was trying to put one of the seeds in the little like pipe area to get the sprout, the beanstalk to go up, and he was chasing me down, and I couldn't run fast enough, and he ended up just running into me and hit the seed and knocked himself out. Which is again like one of those little moments that just kind of happens and it just surprises you.
Yep.
Yeah, the Deep Woods part was really fun. It's hard to find all the moons in there though because there's no map.
Yeah, I think I ended up finding them all though.
Yeah, I've been using I don't use like the amiibo for hints at all, but I've been using the bird hints and the toad hints. And when you go to Toad,
you've been paying for hints, the toad?
Yeah, I've been paying for hints. Yeah.
Oh, I assume you have 1 trillion coins right now.
I have like 4,000 or something like that. But I'm trying to save up now to get some of the other,
like that skeleton outfit.
Yeah. Oh, there are some I don't know. How do you? Yeah, if you get a certain amount of moons, you get different. Types
new
of
products
outfits.
Unlocked. Yeah.
There are some really good nostalgia ones in there. We'll talk about that one second. So in the woodland area, you get Toad to give you a hint, and she literally just says, "It's in the deep woods." Like, damn it!
I paid you 50 coins for that, bitch.
Yeah. So I'm like running like through the deep woods trying to find all the moons in there, and I can't find all of them. They're really hard to find in there. But yeah. So what? Oh, I almost like don't want to tell you because it's so cool. But, like, what outfits have you found? Like, what's like the?
I haven't done a ton of like shopping.
Okay.
I've only like if somebody's asking for a specific outfit for a moon, I'll go in and like say, "Oh, is that in here? Yeah, I'll buy it." But I've bought a couple of things. Like I've run around as Waluigi. I did most of the game in the swim trunks and a backwards baseball cap. And then now, after beating the Brutals, going up the carrot and you can't die at all, I got the King outfit, and I guess that's what I'm sporting now.
The King outfit's pretty awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
So did you, I guess this is a good way of asking this question without spoiling it for you. Did you get the room in the Mushroom Kingdom you need an outfit to get into?
Oh, yeah, the classic 64 Mario?
Okay, yeah, that was awesome. That was so cool when he found that out.
Yep.
Because then there's also the Metal Mario. You can do Metal Mario in 64
oh, nice.
style. That's in there as well. There are some just super great callbacks. There's even, I can't remember how many moons you get, but I also have an all gold Mario.
Yeah.
The hat is gold. The body is gold.
You can get that with the amiibo too. I don't have that amiibo though.
Yeah. And I think by far the most wacky and zany of all the outfits is what you get after you beat Darker Side.
Yeah, what is that one?
You get, it's an invisible outfit where you just see Mario's shadow, and that's all that you see.
Oh my god, that's impossible.
It is, yeah, it's pretty hard.
Can you do the Darker Side with the invisible Mario outfit? Have you tried it?
I haven't tried it, no, I'm afraid.
Well, now you're going to have to, because that's like your Zelda hard mode thing with one heart.
That is, yeah, that is. Try to beat the whole game with an invisible Mario.
Yep. Another moment, when I first discovered that Peach's Castle was a thing, I went through the painting and came up on Yoshi's little island off the side of it. And when I popped up over there and I saw Peach's Castle in the distance, that's when I like shit my pants. That's when I said, what the fuck? There's Peach's Castle. How do I get over there? And I jumped off the ledge and died. I was like, how do I get over there? That's in the game. And I was like, it must be part of the post game, or it must be later in the game. I can't freaking wait to get. And then I read the sign and it said, this is where Yoshi usually lives. I wonder where he's at right now. And I was like, Yoshi's in this? What? And I got on top of the castle because I was like, I know if you get all the stars in Super Mario 64, Yoshi shows up on top of the castle. So I worked my way up there and I saw him. I'm like, oh my god, I can possess Yoshi. I can capture Yoshi. So it's so like fan servicey in the absolute best way.
Oh yeah, totally. There's constantly and it's amazing too because you're so many hours into the game. Like, okay, it's done. Oh boy, there's this really awesome thing I just found out. Like, it's just constantly like giving you new things to do. I think, for me, I keep kind of going back and forth between this and Zelda as like my game of the year thing. And I think the one thing this game has over Zelda is there are 900 Korok seeds in Zelda.
Yeah.
But a lot of them you get the same way. In this game, it's
like climb up a mountain, put an apple in a statue.
Yeah.
Go to the bottom of a valley, put an apple in a statue.
But this game, there's always something new. You're like, oh, I didn't think about that, or oh, that's like so cool.
And every one of them, even though you mentioned like it might be the same type of puzzle, but it's still like something twisted about it or slightly different.
Yeah.
Like the Mario. Have you? Of course, you've gotten this one. The one where you have to recreate Mario's face.
Yes.
Like the face puzzle, and you have to put his eyeyeball back and things like that.
I totally cheated on that one. I took I took a screenshot of what he looks like.
Oh,
because they showed it to you, and then I just went back and forth in the album. It was so hard.
Oh my gosh! I nailed the first one.
Yeah, the second one's the one I took the screenshot for.
Yeah, the second one when you're like, okay, I can do this, and then all the color fades away and the inside lines fade away, and you're like, oh shit. I failed the second one the first time, and then I nailed it the second time.
There's the same thing for a Koopa or a Goomba.
A Goomba, yeah, I did the Goomba
Cloud
one
Kingdom,
too.
Same thing. That was also pretty hard. But like, it was funny because it's so like, and that's what goes to show how good Nintendo's game design is that part of the game works by just using Cappy and capturing each part.
Yep.
Like, there's no like weird new thing they added for that. Like, it just uses the mechanic of that you've been using the entire game. And I think that's something that needs to kind of be said because it just goes to show how much they can get out of that one mechanic and just how that's Nintendo's design philosophy is, hey, we have this one cool thing. Let's like really see what we can do with that.
Yeah.
And they did so much.
Oh man, some of the hardest shit I've encountered, and most of these I like try it and I'm like, well, I'll come back to you if I'm feeling masochistic, or probably never at all. Are the ones where you have to do it without your hat. It's like
I've had
a
fun
puzzle
with those
you've
ones.
done in the past, but then now suddenly, all right, redo this without your hat.
But the satisfaction of beating those. That when I said there's some of the hardest levels I've ever played in a Mario game, I was referring to that specifically. Did you get to the one, I think it's in Dark Side of the Moon, where you Transformers Dark Side of the Moon? It's one of the ones where you use your
the chompy plants and the poison.
That was hard. That was really hard.
Yeah.
But I managed to beat that one. I think the one that's harder is it's part of the Metro Kingdom. You use your bike to you're on these really narrow platforms that are falling underneath you.
Oh, yeah.
But then this one, they take away your hat and they take away the scooter. And you still have to do the same amount of time. Have you seen this one?
Yes. It took me a while to get to the first platform where the tank's shooting at you. And I was just doing the ZL and long jump.
Yep.
Because I haven't even attempted or tried the long jump, throw your hat, dash on top of it thing yet. Mm-hmm. So I got to the end of that one, and then it was like, oh, there's more. And I got to the next platform, just shy of it. And I was like,
yep,
I'll come back to this a lot later.
That was the hardest thing I've done in that game.
Yeah.
But when I beat it, it was so rewarding. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the best Mario player ever. No one else can do that. What the trick with that one is?
What's that?
You've already figured out the first one, but the first one I just rolled.
Rolling works,
yeah. Rolling works well for the first one. What I was trying to do at first was jump and dive to get over every single little jump.
Yeah.
Just keep jumping and get the triple jump, and eventually you will actually make it to the end.
Yeah.
Just triple jump. So jump and then jump again, then jump and get the triple jump, and just keep doing that and try to cut corners whenever you can, and you'll make it. The third one is the hardest because you have all the tanks shooting at you, and you have to do the triple jump while on the platforms that are falling underneath you all the time. And you have to know that one absolutely perfectly, otherwise you're totally screwed. But what's harder is that there's a moon on top of those jumping platforms. So not only do you have to jump, make sure it's perfect, you then have to aim in a line while you're jumping to make sure you get that moon.
Yeah.
So I had to do that part again because I jumped, missed the moon, and made it on the other platform safe, and I beat it at that point, but I didn't get that one last moon, so I'm like, damn it, I gotta go back again and get that moon. Because that's the thing too, is that what makes the game so surprising and cool is every area has the end goal moon, and then somewhere else hidden in that little side area is another moon for you to find.
Yep. I haven't I've taken a lot of screenshots, but I haven't even looked for a single, like the little picture hints that you see scattered. I haven't even looked for those at all. Not even one of them yet.
Some of them are impossible.
Yeah.
I can't figure out a lot of them. So there's one, it's in the Seaside Kingdom. It just says keep. And then above the E, there's a moon. I have no idea what it's referring to. I'm like, is the word keep somewhere in this game and I had never noticed it? Or is there like, keep is in like a castle and I need to go to the top of a castle and it's on top of that? I have no idea. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Like I stopped playing for a while. I'm like, figure it out. Just like if you stop thinking about it, it'll come to you. Those hint arts are really, really tough.
Yeah. Do you ever? I see a lot of them have. What's his name? Starts with a P. Yoshi's
Poochie?
dog. Poochie. Yeah. Do you ever actually see Poochie in the game?
Yes.
You do.
You do. Yeah.
Now I gotta go play some more.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yep.
So, have you come across the Moon Challenge where you have to take over the Flying Koopa and like fish out something?
No.
So yeah, you take this Koopa and you'll be in like the water and you'll see this like shadow of a fish and you fish for it and it turns out to be a moon. Well, you're in Bowser's Kingdom in like the acid moat before you fight the Brutal, like the big Brutal, Mecha Brutal.
Yeah.
And you fish out and it's Poochie, and then he gives you a moon. So it's like really quick and like hidden, but it was pretty good. Let's start with the Brutals though. We haven't talked about the Brutals yet.
Yeah.
People are complaining with the Brutals. Why complain about them?
Oh well, I started out thinking like, I mean, why the fuck are you gonna throw these weird characters that we've never seen before that no one cares about without any kind of introduction to why we care about them? But then I was like, you know what? These are kind of like the little mini midway castles. They're the mid boss of a lot of these levels.
Yeah, exactly.
Similar to in like Super Mario World or something like that. We're like, you know what? These guys were never super difficult. It's like 3 jumps on them, they're dead. And that's kind of what these guys are serving.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against them at all.
Those other bosses, I think.
Yeah, especially as you get to like some of the later stages and you're fighting them again with the harder mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like my major gripe with this game is, and it's not something that I ever go into a Mario game looking for, but like the whole game is just like, stop Peach from getting married.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I do think, the story is never really strong in a Mario game.
Yeah.
I actually think that they handle the story better in this game than other Mario games because they kind of built the narrative into what you see in the game. Like, one of my favorite moments is when you're in the Metro Kingdom when you first get there, and Paulina is looking out and being like, God, this guy is so obnoxious. You heard about his wedding? It's like being advertised all over the city. There's just like all these billboards of like Bowser's wedding everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, that was hysterical. That was so good. Is it a strong story? No, not at all. But yeah, I mean, it's a Mario game. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a very loose thread to connect a bunch of really brilliant platforming.
Yeah. One gripe about this game that I, for the life of me, cannot understand, because I think it would actually hurt the game to do what people are saying, is there's no hub world. And I think that would really kind of hurt the game to have a hub world.
I think the callback to Peach's Cat and Mushroom Kingdom is enough to satisfy that for me. Like, I can jump into these little areas that represent the other worlds. I can go into and fight the bosses from there through the paintings. I don't need a hub world.
Yeah, I think two reasons the hub world doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
The reason the hub world existed in 64 and Sunshine is when you beat the level, you got pushed out to the hub world. Because you never go, you always just keep going when you get a moon, there wouldn't be an incentive to go back to a hub world. Like, it would just be this like empty, lifeless place that doesn't serve a purpose because the whole point is moving forward and constantly moving forward. Like, it wouldn't work. It doesn't make any sense.
I think that's another thing that's so great about this game is its encouragement of exploration.
Yeah.
There's always something, you can see something in the distance, whether it's a moon or some coins. You can always see something.
Yeah.
And then if you die, fucking just respawn again with 10 coins. You're not kicked out to a hub world waiting for loading. Whereas, back with Mario 64 and things like that, you get a star. Great. Warps you all the way back out. You go in with a different objective and you're trying to solve one particular puzzle and you have to warp all the way back out.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a collectathon, and I think it's brilliant in the way that it keeps encouraging you just with a little carrot on the end of the stick there.
Totally. It also plays into the whole, like, speedrunning has always been a big thing with Nintendo games. Maybe
Yeah.
with all games. But Nintendo games, I think, get a lot of targeting towards speedrunning. People love to speedrun Nintendo games. Or maybe I'm just more aware of it because I look for that stuff. Who knows? But I feel like people, like, there's always a big deal when, like, an Ocarina of Time speedrun record happens or something like that. This game was designed for speedrunning.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, I'm in the Sand Kingdom. I only need this many moons. Let me just, like, run to these certain areas really quickly. I know how the moons, and then, like, leave really quickly.
Yeah.
Like, it's designed for that, which is awesome.
What was your least favorite kingdom?
And so I was thinking about this when you were talking, and I don't want to say Cloud Kingdom because I actually liked some of the moons that were hidden in the Cloud Kingdom.
Yeah.
In the post-game. The weakest one's the Snow Kingdom.
Snow Kingdom. Oh, yeah.
There's just
I kind of don't like the desert one.
Oh, really? I love the desert one.
I think it's too big.
Yeah, it was a little big. There was a vastness to it.
Yeah.
They kind of make up with Jaxi.
Yeah.
But I liked the Sand Kingdom. I thought it was unique for a Mario game. I kind of liked using the rolling hills and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I liked the boss battle, and that one was very fun. But yeah, I mean, of the giant, he's not up the top. I agree with you. It's not up in the top.
Yeah.
But I liked that one. You're wrong, Chad.
We don't fight on this podcast. We agree 100% of the time.
Yeah. There's not really any area that is bad, though.
No, not at all.
Like, least favorite's hard because they're all have something good to offer.
Yep.
Yeah. I would say of, like, the two that I'm like, if they cut these two kingdoms out, I wouldn't be upset, would be Snow and Lake kingdoms.
Gotcha.
I think those are the two that I think were... It's hard saying weakest because they're not bad. They're still good. They still have good gameplay mechanics in each one.
I also didn't hate the water level in this one because you get to play as fun new characters that make it...
Like, playing as a Cheep is really fun.
Yeah,
I like swimming around.
Cheep.
Yeah.
I like also the little octopuses that spit water. Like,
yeah.
those are fun to fly around as.
Yep. That was really fun. And then, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I also love that you don't... Like, a lot of the conventions of Mario, the fire flower, the super mushroom, like, we don't see those at all. Those aren't in this game. The cape, all of these things, the Tanuki
But they're
feather.
all in some sort of capture you get.
Yeah, so you can capture these things, or like the little flower that you can throw your hat at, and then it makes you speed up for just a second.
Yeah.
Like, those kind of things. I think that's brilliant.
What was your favorite capture?
Favorite capture? First of all, fucking my dog Yoshi.
Yeah, of course.
Yep, of course Yoshi.
Well, I hear something so sad. This is so white of me. I'm like, Yoshi's not a dog. He's a dinosaur. Oh, that kind of dog.
You idiot.
I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. All right, okay, sorry, keep going.
I don't know.
There's so many. It is kind of tough.
Yeah.
I really liked
the woodpecker bird.
Yes, I was gonna say the pokey or something like that.
The samurai, whatever the fuck bird.
That's
in the Bowser
probably my
level.
favorite as well. I love that one.
Yeah. That was such a cool mechanic too. That it was like, oh, I'm gonna explore every inch of all of these walls.
And there are really stuff hidden very well.
Yeah.
If you know how to, but only if you know how to use them. Like, kind of like using him to jump off the side and then turn, to jump off the corner of a building and go around the corner. And just kind of turn him back and then jab him in again. Like, he's hard to master, but you can do a lot with him, which is a lot of fun. And I also really liked taking over the in the Lost Kingdom, the little like wiggler guy that you can expand.
Oh yeah,
that was really cool. I loved playing with that character a lot. There weren't any captures where I was like disappointed by. They all offered something cool to the game, I thought.
Yeah.
So what did you think of Bowser's Kingdom? I thought that was the the best Bowser.
I thought it was it was
ever.
so freaking cool. I love that it was all like that Japanese samurai theme and everything. The music in this game, by the way, of course, as always, freaking great. But I really loved the music and like the epic battles that we have in there, fighting all the Brutals in their big giant Megazord as well. In there was really fun. Bowser's Kingdom, in general, the samurai bird.
Yep.
Yeah.
For me, the best music was in the Woodland Kingdom.
Oh yes, like the 70s.
Or whatever it was. I'm not musical. Shut up. But that was I love the music in that. I'd always kind of be like bob my head back and forth to it.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's for you. Is this? Are they actually like final thoughts you want to talk about in terms of Mario? Like things that
I'm just excited to discover more. I'm not going to get anywhere near to the end because I'm not like you where I'm masochistic and I'm going to try everything incredibly hard just for the sake of it being hard. Like, oh, I see that puzzle. I see how it would work. That's clever. I appreciate it. Not going to spend hours of my life on it. But I'll probably at least unlock the last level, give it a try or two.
Give it a try.
500 moons.
I will say it is hard. It's very hard, but it's totally doable.
Yeah.
Like every time I failed, it's like I know what happened. I can do it better next time. There's only one part where I'm like, holy shit, that was impossible.
Have you seen what happens when you collect 999 moons?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
realized
it's
I'm
kind
never
of a
going to
little
make it
dumb.
there.
Yeah. It's a little dumb where it's just like, oh, it's just Peach's castle with a hat on and there's some fireworks.
Yeah. Well, though. At that point, like, are they going to make some like? Are they gonna make a whole new world like just for people who did that? No, it's just gonna be a little like, hey,
no, but
we recognize you did this.
It could be like a cool little level, like at the end of Metro City.
People who are completionists get joy out of just completing it.
Yeah.
So the fact that they threw that little thing in there, I think, is enough of a nod to me, at least. But like, although it's better than when you get for getting all the Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild,
that's right.
Which is
you
a
get
golden
piece
piece
of shit.
So,
any last thoughts on Mario for you?
I want to play it again. I want to go through and play it again. I guess I want to wrap up with is, so they did Galaxy, then Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
Do you want to see them do an Odyssey 2, or do you want to have like DLC of like new kingdoms? Because I think that's something they can build off of.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really easy for DLC for this. New kingdoms, I mean, I don't know. I guess they would just open up the moon count to be like 1,025 or something like that. Or, sorry, 1,250.
1,025, like, that's a lame DLC.
All right, they've
update.
added 26 moons to this. That makes it really easy for that. I do kind of want to see now if they take the same formula and kind of with the 2D stuff that they've done, like what does a new reimagined Switch version of a 2D Mario look like?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a 2D Mario game for sure. Whether that's Super Mario Maker, I'm sure we'll get that. But I agree with you. Based on how good and solid those 2D levels were in this game, I want to see them continue to do interesting stuff with 2D Mario.
Yep.
Which is surprising. I never thought I'd say that before. I really thought, like, okay, 2D Mario is done. I don't know what else they could possibly do. Okay, never mind. I'll eat my words here. That was fantastic.
Yeah. If we see more 3D Mario, I would rather, I think, right now at least, it be Odyssey expansions rather than an Odyssey 2.
Yeah, I want Odyssey expansions, mostly because I'm going to get it sooner.
Yep.
But I don't think it's going to happen, only because they would have already said we're working on it.
I don't know. We'll see.
Breath of the Wild DLC was announced days before the game came out.
Yeah, they still think it's coming this year, too, but we don't even know what it fucking looks like.
They've already announced... they've said it's still coming out in December, but that's for another time. They've already said they're going to have expansions for Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh, yeah, I guess they have.
Like, they've talked about DLC for Super Mario Kingdom Battle. I messed up the title completely. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Yep.
They announced the DLC for that, again, a few days before it came out. They would have already said we're releasing DLC for this game. So. Especially now that it's been a month. Like, we would have heard about it by now. So I think they're going to make another Mario Odyssey game. That's my kind of theory on it, but we will see. We'll see.
Cool titties.
Together.
Well, thanks for listening to our...
is this game of the year?
That's not part of this discussion.
Is that... Oh, okay,
that's part of a regular podcast discussion.
All right.
This is just spoiler chat about Mario.
All right, fine. Well, we talked about Mario.
We did. We did.
All right.
Thanks for joining us for the spoiler chat. Check in next week. If you listen to us this week, go and email us our Xbox checklist shit. And your Black Friday stuff. Yay! Happy Gobble. Bye.
Bye-bye.